Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Mr. Sandman, and today I'm going to be explaining my experience with the Gears of War 4 beta. In the background, I'll have both beta and Gears 3 gameplay, so you get a better idea of how they compare. Bear in mind that any criticism I give is of the beta, and is subject to change from the final game. First, I want to go over my time with the beta and discuss what they got right and what they need to change. Then at the end, I'll wrap it up with a comparison to Gears of War 3. Starting off, I want to talk about the bots. They're too good. I'm not saying that because I'm bad, although that's up to debate. Just that their AI allows them to play in ways that only human players could achieve through luck. What am I talking about? Well, for instance, you cannot sneak up on a bot, except when they're in cover, meaning they'll 180 you and just kill you. This one time I tried sneaking up on a bot and he just 180 no scope boom shotted me. It was stupid. Another thing that makes bots ridiculous is how they aimbot across the map with lances. Not only that, but if you smoke them, they just shoot right through it, as if there isn't any smoke at all, making it nearly impossible to get a Nasher kill on them. Finally, I could swear they have way better recovery time, or something, because they are able to way too easily chainsaw you when you have a shotgun. You shoot them and don't kill them, expect to get chainsawed. Moving on, we have the random callouts by humans. I'm not sure if it is random or it's the AI doing it, but randomly a chick will say target sighted or something. This can happen right as the game starts, even if there is no enemy in sight. Either way, it's quite annoying and can give away your team's position. A follow-on point from this is that there are random sounds of reloading and shooting that you can hear from across the map that you really shouldn't be able to hear. It can give you a false impression of the enemy's position. This may be a bug to do with the beta though. I was going to mention a point about how I like that if you use an enemy as a meat shield and you don't have a smoke or grenade, it allows you to press up on the D-pad and use the smoke regardless. But on the last day of the beta it didn't work, so I may have just been imagining it. I like that TAC view allows you to see both the enemy and team grenades. I would prefer if they were actually coloured red and blue, rather than white and transparent. The enemy grenades being transparent makes it very easy to miss them. Overall, I'm very glad this feature exists, otherwise planted grenades would be so OP. There needs to be more ammo in the boom shot. In the beta there is only 2 shots, that isn't enough, it needs at least 4. That goes for the drop shot as well. Leading on from the drop shot, it's a nice concept, but I just wish you could more accurately aim with it. As of right now, it doesn't go in the same vertical plane as your crosshair, but rather veers upwards. This makes it extremely difficult shooting into buildings. My wish would be for it to shoot dead straight with no drop or veering upwards. Another thing I like is the high spawn rate of weapons and grenades. I may be wrong, but I think the timer for the spawn weapons only starts once all the ammo in the original is spent. That's why the spawn times seem to be longer than others. This is just a theory though. It is far too easy to get spawn trapped. It feels like Demolition on COD all over again. I know spawn sides can switch, but it's pretty hard to make that happen. And if the team is smart enough, then they won't push a spawn too deep, and you really do get spawn trapped. I know this won't get fixed though, as the developers seem to love their 2 location spawn system. Speaking of spawn system, I wish Gears of War 4 would introduce classic TDM, reminiscent of other games, where your lives aren't in one big pool. As of right now, it is one of the hardest game series to kill whore. Although it would remove the tense 1v1s, you could still play the original TDM type. I think there is too much Nasher and it is too OP at close range. As such, I think the Lancer and Hammer Burst should get a damage buff at close range, to combat the issue of people being able to just roadie run into bullets and one-shot you with a Nasher. Speaking more about the Hammer Burst, I really think they need to bring back the zoom functionality when you aim down sight. That way there's some actual difference between the Lancer and the Hammer Burst. The Boltok pistol also needs more of a scope when you zoom in. Maybe look down the iron sights a little more like the Lancer. Another weapon that has an issue is a snub pistol. It is so underpowered and almost impossible to kill someone with, regardless if you do an active reload. Therefore, I think a buff would be in order. I actually really liked how they allowed you to active reload whenever you want, and it affects the whole clip. Although the audio they used doesn't make it sound as powerful as in Gears 3. In Gears 3 they had a thing between each round where the grenade spawn would switch with fire grenades. Please don't do that for Gears of War 4, have grenades and fire grenades in separate spawn locations. In other words, always have grenades spawn each round. Another thing they should add is to be able to take the power weapons from the bots. I mean, come on, they don't deserve them, and it gives more players a chance to try them out. This may be an issue with me being a scrub, but I found the controls to have some delay in response time in moving in and out of cover. It caused a number of deaths. Further evidence of my scrubbery could be my inability to snipe people's heads, but I feel like the hitbox of the headshot should be increased to include the neck. In my opinion, I think there should be more time advantage given to the player who drags the person over the cover, because it's too easy to recover for the enemy. For the power weapons, an indicator on screen should be implemented to indicate when it will spawn. Also a name next to the weapon symbol which shows who has the weapon. They should also add buttons on screen when you're able to drag or kick someone over cover. Also show the button for knifing. Finally, in the beta I saw people abusing a glitch where you could bounce cancel off walls. It makes it very hard to aim at them. It is an extremely unfair advantage. I believe they had it in the Gears of War Ultimate Beta. So now for a comparison to Gears 3. This section will be short as I don't want to repeat too much of what I've already said. I'm going to disregard the fact there's less weapons and characters, etc. because it's a beta. So instantly you can see there's an improvement over Gears 3 because of the ability to active reload whenever you want. Another improvement is being able to see enemy grenades on the TACCOM. Something Gears 3 did better however is that the non-national weapons seem to have a quicker kill rate. This needs to be improved for the final game. I especially would like to see the snub pistol be usable when it comes out, like you see here in this gameplay. Again, I would like to see separate spawn locations for grenades and fire grenades. Finally, bring back the sight for the hammer burst as shown on screen. Those were some of the positives and negatives I gleaned from the Gears of War 4 beta, and perhaps some improvements they could make. Did you play it? What did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, cheers.